Well, hello, my friends. It is your friend, the Gunman here, Gunnar Nelson from Nashville, Tennessee, from my studio with that groovy light behind my head for this week. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you are a first-time visitor here, welcome. We actually try to do a little snippet of good news, something uplifting every single day in these crazy times that we find ourselves in. You know, I think a little dose of good news and something positive is going to go a long way for all of us. It helps me out, so thank you for joining me on my journey here. Normally, I would do something that would be like a current event or a cooking hack, and I've been all over the spectrum. But things are so weird in the world right now. If you don't mind, I'm going to continue the theme that I've had for the last few days, that I just want to share with you little tips, tricks, and goals to shoot for that I have learned and I do need to remind myself of as we go through these crazy times that help me be a happier person, be more centered and peaceful, because that's really what the goal is. Happiness is all about inner peace. So any kind of skills that you can learn and apply through these trials that we've been having that will make you a happier person, will help you lead a better life and feel more fulfilled, because that's what it's all about, right? Okay, that said, I've already talked about focusing on the things that you can actually change only. I've talked about not borrowing trouble and only worrying about things when they're absolutely real and not just imagined or not just a might have been. I've talked to you about all kinds of things that really have to do with the soul, with the spirit. And I intentionally, again, I welcome and I respect everybody's views on things, but people have been asking me lately about my faith and about the concept of faith. And I'm just going to say this, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm proud to be a Christian. I love my Lord, and He's a part of my life every single day. He's my friend, and He's my compadre through my journey and through my adventures that I have. And it's been important to me. And a lot of things have changed within me over this last year as we've seen the best and worst in humanity this past year. It's been an amazing thing to watch. It's been like a Fellini movie. But, a couple of things have happened to me. I've gotten closer to my family. I've gotten closer to my faith, and I've embraced that a lot more. And I found that I've really needed it. And I recall a couple weeks ago when I was signing off on one of these good news posts, very often just with nothing really too deep meant by it. It's just something that I say and something that I believe. I say, God bless. And I got a comment that made me kind of sad because the person simply wrote, I don't believe in God. And I wrote back, well, He believes in you. And that's what I really believe. It's kind of like one of those things. It's okay if you're not ready to have faith in your life, and I'm not trying to proselytize and I'm not trying to preach here, but I'm just trying to say that I don't know what I would do in my life, with anything in my life, to be honest with you, without that guiding force in my life. I'm talking everything from my family, to my health, to my art, to my music, to everything. I always say that the songs that I write, especially songs I've been writing over this past year that we've all been shut in, they don't come from me. And a lot of times I'll say that to the people I love, and they'll look at me and they'll think I'm just really weird. But I really do mean it. They don't come from me. I feel like when I'm at my best, I clear out that white noise in my head, and I just let the Spirit happen. I let it happen, and it flows through me. And before you know it, I've got the melody, I've got the music, I've got the lyrics, I've got it done. And you're going to see this next year, hopefully, with the new music that's coming out. It's so much fun. It's awesome. I'm so pumped about it. I've been threatening to unleash it on you. It's called Firstborn Sons. Best stuff I've ever been involved with in my life, and I think you're going to dig it too. And I'm not the one writing it. I'm just the guy in the right place at the right time who's kind of open to it. So just to answer all of your questions, because a lot of people have wondered how important faith is in my life. And it's very, very important. It's the top of the list, man. It is for me because, for me, if you don't have that connection in your life, it's really hard to find meaning. I mean, like real meaning. A lot of people, they only have faith in their ability to earn income. It's all about money and all that stuff. And money's great because it's the motor oil of life and it gives you flexibility. But, for me, it just can't be my reason why. I've done that before in my life, and I've been really blessed and been really successful, especially at certain times in my life. And when I've made it about that, or I've made it about my ego and just being bitching and being number one and doing all that stuff, it was cold comfort for me going number one on my 22nd birthday. The first question I asked myself, believe it or not, and I really haven't admitted this to anybody, was, now what? That's terrifying. Man, you find out you're the number one act on planet Earth at 22, and you get that phone call from management, and rather than celebrating with all this joy, it was weird because it felt like a hollow victory, and I couldn't understand for all of these years why that was. You know, of course, I had made it all about ego and the stat and the prestige and proving people, doubters, wrong. And okay, there's always going to be some of that in everything we do. We're human. But I'm doing things for a different reason now in general in my life. I've learned with everything that has been taken away from us this last year, with the health issues that are going on and the government shutdowns and all of that, you're just completely eliminating my ability to do what I love to do, which is play for all of you. I've had to really reconnect and identify with what is the most important thing in my life. And that's what I've come to. My faith is everything. So I'm just answering that question right here in front of you, my friends, and everybody else that's out there, and my Lord and Savior, and that's just the way it is. So I hope you've gotten something from this, and I hope, you know, if you actually don't have that connection to your faith in your life, you know, why don't you just take some alone time and think about it, and maybe someday down the road you and I can have a conversation about it, and I'd feel comfortable saying, well, maybe we should just go pray on it, okay? Because the answers will come to you. They really will. That's all I'm going to say about that from this point on. So this is going to be a rarity as far as my posts are concerned, but especially with the nutso stuff that's going on, look, I'm telling you something, you're going to find a lot of comfort if you know where to look. And I just personally believe you're not going to find it in flashy things. It's going to come from the heart, and it's going to come from without to within. So that said, I love you all. Have an awesome day today, and I will see you tomorrow. I really hope, and you know, I'm daring to go there. I hope I turned you on and didn't turn you off, because that's not my intention. Have an awesome day. See ya.